Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for the beginning of this new month, Monday, June the 1st. Let's quickly jump to our news items for this week. On the docket today, 10 a.m., ISM Manufacturing. We're good on Tuesday. The rest of the week, we have some pretty interesting information. ADP non-farm employment change, non-farm manufacturing PMI, everything has to do with employment claims on Thursday. Hourly earnings, so on and so forth. And finally, the unemployment rate, what they're forecasting at a little under 20%. So this is the highest unemployment rate that I've ever seen in my entire life. And of course, this is due to the fact that we've had the coronavirus crisis and the forced down of of our economy. We literally shut it down, physically shut it down, in order to minimize the threat of the virus. So we're seeing the effects of what we have decided to do in order to protect the public, and this is what it's going to start looking like for the next couple of months. Now, the market, in spite of the situation that we're in with all the rioting and the whole thing with the gentleman that was murdered by the police officer, market is a little cautious. It's a little cautious. It's still heading to the upside. We're seeing the 200 SMA here, obviously acting as support. It was amazing how the market recovered from a really down day on Friday. Market came back with one of the best volume shows that we've had in a long time. Over 2 million contracts were traded on Friday, but everything strength to the upside. So market continues to be a little bit optimistic the way that the United States is opening slowly but surely, gradually. We're not seeing any necessarily spikes on any new cases. Things to be running smoothly. Obviously now we're dealing with the situation with the rioting and the looting in many states. I think before the end of the week, the government's pretty much going to shut that down, and at least that's one less threat that we need to worry about. But we're still not out of the woods yet. The markets just broke the 200 SMA. It hasn't although it retested it on Friday. It may retest it again today. We're going to see. There's a lot of stuff happening around us that may or may not affect this market. But again, we have a lot of support levels here before we start looking for any move down. So let's just keep an eye and be cautious. We may do a little bit of consolidation between these two areas. It could be one of those where the market starts in one direction early morning and then it ends up in the other direction in the afternoon, or vice versa. But we've had 7 sessions to the upside. We haven't had a down session yet. So that's expected somewhere along the line. But again, we don't trade these time periods. We're looking at this just to glean some information. We start digging into more accurate or more sensible information when we start looking at other time frames. Here you can clearly see market a clear compression. There's the high that we established on Thursday. We try to match it again in the pre-market. This morning we couldn't, so we have a compression market, clear compression market. Strength is up, but we're still compressing. There's plenty of room for this market to move in either direction, either up or down, getting closer to our trade chart here. As we can see again, here it is. We do have a gap in the market. This gap was created in the pre-market. It was quickly filled. Still a little, well, I think we filled. It actually stopped right at the fill of the gap, and then you can see the clear compression. Everything is happening, dancing around our intraday high of Friday. Here's our intraday low. So there's plenty of room, like I said, for this market to move in either direction. So the thing about markets like this, that they're mixed, they tend to trend in one direction before they trend in the other. The idea is to understand what side of the market you find yourself. We have a clear compression here. Tough to trade here. What we're looking for is any attempt to run lower. We may consider some trades to the downside, and any attempts to move higher above this intraday high might be something that we might be interested in. But I'm going to be a little bit cautious today. I am going to really look for the good moves, the really big moves, breaking clearly across this trend line here to the downside, or clearly breaking above this trend line to the upside. That's pretty much what I'll be looking for today. So have a great trading session. Please stay safe out there. Let me know if you have any questions.